These are 10 mistakes that you probably didn't even know you were doing in Roblox Rivals. And the last mistake might even change how you play Rivals completely. Now the first mistake that most people make is choosing the wrong loadout. So I'm going to show you an example of a bad loadout. So right here, I have a pretty terrible loadout. You can see that this is a pretty bad loadout. And that I probably won't get, much with this loadout. So now I'm going to show you a good loadout because I am down to. This would be an example of a good loadout. But you see, made a big difference. Now people just pick all the weapons that they think are good and just try to make some random terrible loadout because they don't really understand what's going on there. They don't really understand like what a good loadout is. So if you want to figure out how to actually like pick out a good loadout, then just find the weapons that you play best with. But yeah, you can definitely see the difference between this loadout and the other trash loadout. I was losing by 2 and now I'm up. So big difference there, and GG's. The other mistake that people make is going full in, trying to kill them. Sometimes it does work, but a lot of the times it's risky. Like most of the time you shouldn't be playing full aggressive, even if it does work out. Like I'm almost dead every single time that I try to rush this guy. I'm almost dead every time because I'm playing too aggressive. Now if I'm gonna stay back, his AR doesn't do as much damage as it does. Now he's up, and I can get the shot on him. See, when I'm rushing too fast, he's all the way on the floor and it's harder for me to hit him. Now the next mistake I see a lot of people using is not changing their playstyle based on what their opponent is like. So I can see that my opponent's spamming AR. So instead of using Scythe, which although it's working, if it wasn't working, I'd change it. But since he's using that, I'm gonna use Katana. See, he just did so much damage because I changed, like he's not expecting me to use Katana because I was using Scythe. But since I changed my loadout, I was able to get free 90 damage. And now I'm gonna change it back because he's gonna expect it. Okay, well, maybe he didn't expect it, but you get the point. Change your loadout based on what your opponent is using. Like, if my opponent was using Sniper, it would be the best excuse ever to pull out the Katana. And the next mistake a lot of people make is choosing the wrong map. Like, if you're the person choosing, like, Playground or Onyx or something, and also, I'm using the last tip. I see that this guy is on mobile. I assume he's gonna use AR or Sniper. To like, counter theirs, Use Katana for Burst, even though Burst is very good for Katana because people on mobile, it just shoots like 3 bullets, then it stops, and they can see that you whip out the Katana. But, I mean, you still get a decent amount of damage. I'm using the Exo again now. Okay. See, he's changing his loadout because he knows I have the Katana, which is actually really good. Because now when I whip out the Katana, he can get damage on me. But yeah, this just goes to show that this actually is a good strategy. And I know I said that don't pick the map like Playground because it's bad. I mean, I'm just winning because I feel like, it's not always about the map. But, I mean, sometimes you pick the wrong map, it can really affect. Oh, he's using crossbow. That's not good. That's very bad. That's really bad. Crossbow with aim assist. That's like the worst thing he could be using for Katana. So he's actually really smart for changing his loadout. But we still did get the win. And the next mistake we can actually check right here is that people have terrible crosshairs. Like their crosshairs will look something like this. And like how are you gonna win when your crosshair looks like this? I do have a short on it if you guys were wondering what my crosshair is. That's a big part. Fix your crosshair. And while we're in the settings, the 7th tip I have for you, change your settings in just general. I don't usually have these on, but when I'm recording, it makes it easier to see my opponent. So if I were you, I would probably turn these off just for when I'm trying to play and just actually win. Alright, and then all the way over to here, I have my field of view at 120. If your field of view looks like this, if your field of view is all the way down to 30, you need to fix that. Because what is this, bro? What is this? How are you gonna play like this? This is so bad. So yeah, make that at least above 90. I would say like anything 95 or above is really good, but 120 just gives you the biggest field of view so you can see everything around you. And then camera zoom effects is pretty much preference, but since I use Sniper a lot, if I were to make this 1, and then go into the shooting range. When I scope in with my sniper, it would scope in very, very, very close to him. But when I change this to my normal, which is 0.25, and then go into the shooting range, it does not scope in as much. And the reason I have it like this is because I like to have a whole field of view so I can see where they're going and stuff like that. But it's mainly preference. If you want to have a bigger scope or closer scope in them, you can. But I just like having it farther. And then sensitivity, again, it's POV. I have a pretty high sensitivity. A lot of people, like a lot of pros, use really, very, very low sensitivity so they can track good. But I mean, it's just preference. I've always used high sensitivity, so I always will. Oh, I forgot to say, definitely turn on static, because if I had static off, my shooting would look like this, and that's really bad. My crosshair's all spaced out when I move and when I jump and stuff like that. And then if I go ahead and turn that off, then it doesn't move, and it doesn't, you know, mess around with how your game looks. And then keybinds, don't worry about it. There's nothing too special there. Oh my gosh, level 400. Yeah, I might be fried. But the next thing that you're probably doing wrong is having terrible movement. Like I'm talking, you just sit up here and then go like this. Like, you're not winning if you go like that. I'm sorry. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this guy, by the way. But if you do have better movement... I don't know why I have the energy pistols on. Oh my gosh, why do I have the energy pistols on, bro? It's kind of working, though. Oh, almost worked. Yeah, I can definitely beat this guy. But, pretty much, if you don't move, you're fried, bro. Like, your opponent's just gonna easily get to you and just destroy you. So, if you're not moving around, then that's a big mistake. Just look at the whole entire difference it makes. I'm actually getting my shots on this guy now, and he can't even do anything. Because he doesn't know where I'm gonna be. My movement's unpredictable then. And this is actually probably one of the most important tips, because it can make your game whole differently. I was down 2, now I'm tied with him. Oh my gosh. And that just goes to show that level does not matter. Because although this guy is way higher level than me, I still have a decent chance at winning. Oh, now he's low. Now he's down. Now he's down. Now he's down. Just like I said, adjust your play style to what your opponent's using and you'll win, bro. We're using the flamethrower. Okay. I see. And the thing with that is, even though flamethrower is good, like technically, even though it's no skill at all, you're not going to get better at Rivals if you just use the flamethrower and stuff like that. Like, if you use the minigun and flamethrower, bro, you're not going to get better. But the 9th mistake that a lot of people make is having their backs turned. If I'm going up to shoot this guy and then I turn my back, he's going to get so much damage on me. But now, if I go up to fight him and I don't turn my back, then I'm up in damage. Oh, and I won the round. It was that 30 damage that made a whole entire difference there. See, a lot of these rounds are so close. Like, I'm like 20 or 10 HP when the round's over. So that just goes to show that that 10, 20 damage can make the biggest difference ever. But yeah, and now it's the last round. And I can't play cocky at all. Like, I can't get too confident and stuff like that, because he could still end up winning the game. Like, if he would have hit that sight there, I would have died. Because just because you're up, the whole entire game can get turned around so fast. Now this leads me to our last tip of the video, the 10th and final tip, which is going to be to have fun, alright? If you're playing Rivals all day, sweating and having a bad day because you keep losing and stuff like that, then you should, like, take a break, okay? You don't want to be playing Rivals when you're in a bad mood. It'll make you play bad, you'll be sweaty, you'll get mad, it's just going to ruin your mood. Sometimes it can calm you down, but most of the time, it's just going to make you more mad. And when you're mad, you play bad.